So welcome back, Season 3. Here we go of Live at Liberty. We got a lot going on in this episode. Valerie is going to make her debut. She's going to be a personality for us doing various things throughout this season. We got a load of birthdays and anniversaries to catch up on. And also, we got our fantasy football winners and losers. Going to inform you about that. Might be a repeat champion, two-time. Run it back again.
Wow.
Rigged.
That's
rigged. It's not rigged. So anyway, but yeah, you can't. It'd be hard to rig fantasy football. But there might be a two-time champion in there. So we also, I'm going to give you some other announcements of things going on. This is a busy time of the year in the church. Going to also help you with the Liberty Discipleship Journal, just kind of week to week. I know I was answering questions in the last season, but in this season, since a lot of people are doing that, we'll give you some examples, kind of help bring you along in the Discipleship Journal process. But before we get into all that, let's catch up with the staff. So it's been a month. Surely to goodness, there's been some things that have happened in a month that you guys can share and help people. Catch you. Hey, Jody, why don't you show us that you're number one? Give everybody.
yes.
There's So, do you want to explain that real quick? What happened to?
I would be happy to. No,
this didn't happen. This was Sunday.
This happened Sunday after church. So we had just gotten home. Danny and I celebrated 10 years over break. And
Congratulations.
So thank you. Yeah. It was so special. And so we had gone, but when we got back, there was no groceries. So we're like, hey, we're just going to use Sunday and we're going to kind of get our house reset. And so I went grocery shopping, came home, and I got flowers at Kroger. I love getting flowers. And so I got flowers, very excited about it. And because my dad had been there, couldn't find scissors. I love my dad, but things just seemed to kind of get picked up and then put other places. And
Come on,
and so and it's not just him, it's every male in my house. But anyway, and so instead of taking a couple minutes to go locate the scissors, I thought I could use a knife to help me cut the stems, and I was wrong. And 7 stitches later, no surgery, praise the Lord in the highest, but 7 stitches later, I apologize to the nurses and doctors at Hamilton because they saw that I'm not getting emergencies. So a lot of thank you notes going out to the Hamilton staff, ER. Thank you. So anyway, yep, that happened Sunday, and we did locate the scissors about 2 seconds when we got home.
No, you talking about not being good in emergencies. Hey, I'm not like. You're sitting there bleeding, I will leave you to die, right?
See?
So
it was bad. I tried to get super glue. ChatGPT said, don't use super glue. I begged the doctors just to splint it. This is the aftermath. And they're like, no, you hit the tendon. We can't splint. I mean, I was pleading with them, 40-year-old tears, sobbing. It was a mess. It was just a ridiculous, irrational mess.
Having to find the scissors afterwards instead of having to find your finger, I think you still came out a winner.
It worked.
So.
Everything was good. Do not call me if you have any kind of medical emergency.
So before any of the staff check out any of my tools to use them, there will be training videos.
Yeah, right. You sent that text out Sunday, and we felt, Shannon and I were like, are we missing a part of the story? I thought, man, she's gotten hurt here at the church. I thought, man, we got workers' comp. Jody get a workers' comp claim. So anyway, so it happened in the afternoon at your own home. All right, so I'm going to ask you 3 questions, right? Just kind of catch everybody up, something to talk about. So first question is going to be the best thing you ate during the break, so be thinking about that. The second one is going to be your most ridiculous or hilarious moment. So you had Christmas, you had New Year's, 2 of y'all had anniversaries. So most ridiculous or hilarious moment. And then what are you looking forward to the most in 2026 here at Liberty? So let's start out with the food question. Best thing I ate during the break. I'll lead us off with this. So Shannon's family, even when we were dating and going into Christmas season, I learned they were huge, like, Christmas snack people. Like, her mom would take days to prepare. There's all kinds of cookies and all kinds of crackers. We got salty, we got sweet, we got chocolatey. There's all kinds of stuff. And one of my favorites from that has always been these goldfish, that I don't know what they put on them, some kind of oil or something, whatever. And then like dill.
Yeah.
And then she kind of bakes it. Oh my gosh, man, I could eat my weight in those things. So we had probably 3 canisters of those at the house all over the break. And that's one of everybody's favorite things. So I don't know what you call them, but dill covered goldfish. And they are pretty awesome. So let's go, Melissa. What was the best thing you ate over the break?
So that just sparked a memory. But I think we do. So Joel's mom's in the nursing home now. So what I try to do is a couple of years ago, she gave me I gifted her a blank recipe book. And so where I could get all the grandmothers, great grandmothers, all their recipes so that we could pass down to me, then to the kids. Well, so they were big snack people. Like it was the whole table was just a giant charcuterie board.
Nice.
For Christmas now for her.
That's our Christmas Eve is charcuterie day.
Yeah. So
for
Christmas for her, the last couple of years, what we've done is we take all of her recipes, the ham and cheese roll-ups. We do but I think probably our favorite is the thumbprint cookies with the jam in it. So that's our favorite. So I made about 3 different flavors of those this year.
A thumbprint cookie?
I made them sugar cookies this
that.
year. So they're homemade cookies, but I made sugar this year. So I dipped them in the sugar, and then you just take your thumb before you bake them, and you put the thumbprint, and then you fill it with whatever jam. Sometimes people put Hershey Kisses on the top of them.
No, wait a minute. Like back in the day, the cafeteria ladies at school, when they would make the peanut butter cookies, it was the fork imprint.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yep. No,
I can taste that right now, dude.
This is your thumb, and then you fill it with whatever filling
Square
you
pizza,
want.
corn, and a fork.
So if you get food poisoning from the cookie, then there's a fingerprint.
I mean,
on,
I'm sitting here thinking, I think I'd rather just have a
Nope.
fork in it. Okay, all right.
So between that and the homemade cheese logs and all the good snacks, that's probably everything that everybody looks forward to.
All right. Yeah. Hey, I'm with that. All right, Levi, best thing you ate during the break?
I thought that lunch lady comment was going in a way different direction, but yeah, I'll take it. I would say probably food's my love language, so I'm torn, but anything that Leanne makes is yummy. She did a great turkey. That was good. She does a broccoli cheese casserole and some pecan pie, so all that stuff's good. We did get gifted a few things, so shout out to some church fam. So Jeanette Abraham hooked us up with some cinnamon biscuit something.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't think it's sinful to eat them, but it felt that they were delicious.
Was this your first year for that?
I think it was.
I think it was our second, because when Gary passed the box to Leanne, I was like, oh, I know what that is. So I was pretty stoked about that.
So let me tell you, I'll give you a confession on that one right there. So we've been here now 14 years. In February, it'll be 14 years. So our first year here, we have the Christmas Eve service, and at that time it was at 9 p.m. It was really late. And so they told us, hey, at the Christmas Eve service, you're going to get the cinnamon rolls from Jeanette. And I was like, I'm not a big cinnamon roll person, but I was like, okay. Wow, I'll act happy. So Shannon loves cinnamon rolls and stuff, but I was like, all right, whatever. So now for 14 years, I have learned I look forward to that much as anything at Christmas.
Yes.
Those things are so good.
Anticipation.
That's our Christmas morning. We start them off with those. They're so
exactly.
good. So good.
I like the part that you can put as much icing on
Yes.
one as you can.
Yes, the whole thing full of icing, and you're just
And then I might even take a bite of one and put some more icing on it. Just like
you're looking around the house going, is everybody done with the icing?
Yeah. So that was probably ours. And one more, I think, Robin Carver hooked us up with, I think it's called Christmas Crack. Don't judge. But
that would be Josh.
I've had some of that.
It was appropriately named how much you wanted, though. It's some sort of like Chex Mix pretzel stuff drenched in white chocolate with M&Ms.
Come on.
Hey, it's good.
None of mine was legal.
I don't know if this should be legal. It's so delicious, but it's
Always finds a way.
Hey, it's probably a good time to revisit season 1. I think we covered this for context.
Christmas crack just took on a whole new.
It did. Yes.
This is sanctified.
Christmas crack in redemption is very different.
Yes.
Amen.
It is.
Amen.
It is. Amen. Amen.
There is before Jesus Christmas crack and post Jesus.
Yes.
Christmas crack.
Yes.
So you had the okay.
Yeah, mine was the post.
My Christmas crack would last for weeks.
Oh man! Wow.
Well, this didn't last about 5 minutes. I felt like standing at the kitchen counter just smashing a box of way too much.
We've got some new people in church probably watching this first episode of the podcast going, what am I getting myself into?
Welcome to Liberty.
It's different here, y'all.
Yes.
Just to let you know. All right, so cool. So you ate lots of good things for Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so Austin, let's Austin always comes up with some good stuff with the food questions.
Well, I feel like I'm betraying my family just a little bit because normally my answer is either something my mom made or something my wife made. And today, that's neither. So
Shame.
But we were all together partaking in this thing. So when about, I guess, 11 years ago now, I used to work at a bank in downtown Chattanooga. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. But I needed a job right when we got married, and so that's what I did. And there was a guy who had he ran his restaurant, and he'd come in and like make deposits, and never really knew much about it. But like I got to talking to him, and he's like, "Oh, you should come try it sometime." It's this little hole in the wall restaurant called Tremont Tavern. We have been faithful customers ever since we tried it 11 years ago, and you got to get the pimento cheeseburger.
Okay.
And it's like, oh, my mouth is just like watering right now. So we got a gift card for Tremont Tavern for Christmas. And so my mom and Val and the kids and my mom's now fiance, she got engaged on Christmas.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, congrats. We all went to Tremont. And so I've probably eaten there 35 or 40 times over the last, and it's like, it's one of those places, one of the few places that after COVID, it didn't go down. It got more expensive, but I'll always pay whatever they charge me for that pimento cheeseburger because it is unreal.
So being in downtown Chattanooga, is this open on Friday night?
Oh yeah,
Saturday night kind of.
Yeah.
So Shannon and I need to put that on the list. So.
Yeah, it's across the river, so you got to go across Veterans Bridge, and it's like where it kind of opens up, and there's a few restaurants. I guess it's technically Hicks and
so
Pike.
It's not downtown. So it's
No.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to check that out. Sounds good.
I feel like I feel like every episode we have like a non-paying sponsor. Like this segment brought to you by Tremont Tavern.
Thank you.
Try a new pimento
Thank you,
cheeseburger.
Liberty, for the recommendation. Yeah. All right, Jody. Outside of cutting a hand off,
No.
all right. What was something great you ate over the break?
We went back to Florida. My niece got married over Christmas break, and so we had to hit up Publix. And I know that they're starting to like become a thing here too, but there's just something about going home and getting that pub sub or going and getting the chicken wings and things. So that we had Publix, and that was delicious. And then we had to make sure we stopped and got some mahi and just some fish because it's different. Growing up on the coast, and I always say, like, I won't eat fish inland. I will only eat it on the coast because we watch the fishermen get it, and then it goes to the plate within 20 minutes. And so that was one of our
eat
stops.
the fish around here.
No.
Catch them, yeah, but I'd let them go.
Yeah, no. So we had, mahi tacos and Publix, and it was delightful. So that would probably be my favorite thing. Yes.
Okay, there you go, Scott.
So I cooked for Christmas dinner, and I made a ham. And so I smothered that thing in Dr. Pepper.
I've heard
of pineapple.
We do Sprite.
Sprite?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never heard of Dr. Pepper.
All of
Okay.
the sugary just.
No, I'm sorry, Coke. They pour Coke on it, yeah.
And made sure that I bathed it in juice the whole time. And, man, you want to talk about the pineapple, all of the flavor that thing soaks up. Oh, goodness.
Okay.
Man. So the ham and the pineapple was spot on.
The ham was a hit. All right. So what about most ridiculous or hilarious moment? So I'm gonna bring down Christmas sad here, right? So let's start the music on the post production.
We'll throw something in there.
Here comes the Christmas sad. So so Kylie's living in Nashville now. She may get a job working at a church, which means probably last Christmas with her under the roof, and so Morgan came up. So this is probably the last time we'd have them all on the roof, same time on the same day. And So Tuesday night, everybody got there. Wednesday morning, which had been Christmas Eve, Kylie sends a text to the whole house at 4 a.m. I have 103.9 fever. So it's like, Christmas goes, wah, wah, right? So she's raging sick for a few days there. So Morgan, Cameron, and Evan get up. They gone. So we saw Evan's first Christmas on video, right? And so then the day after Christmas, Evan gets it. Then Morgan gets
goodness.
it. Then Cameron gets it. Shannon and I, the gift that keeps on giving. Shannon and I never got it.
Oh,
but
wow.
it wound up happening that we celebrated Christmas with Kylie and her fiance like 4 days after Christmas. And I think we did Christmas with the rest of them like maybe January the 2nd, something like that. So, and speaking of the ham is still sitting in our refrigerator.
Oh,
we
wow.
we bought all this food, man. And it just is like, well, it's just the two of us here. So anyway, it was a Christmas. Wah, wah. And guys, even just inside the church, there's so much stuff going on with people.
Oh,
You
yeah.
said you felt like you worked the whole. That was kind of the same way with us. Or just at some point you just throw up the white flag and go, hey, we'll take care of everybody else, and maybe next year will be great. But anyway, it was a crazy Christmas for us. So what about you, Melissa?
So ridiculous it is. It's year end. If you do any kind of accounting work, you understand what I'm saying when that's the ridiculous part of the holidays. And then you feel like you pay because you take off. So, but the cool part about this year is this is Sophie's first chance that she was able to host the whole family at her house for Christmas.
There you go,
So
Sophie.
she got to decorate, go the full 9 yards.
Got to vacuum the floor before everybody
She
comes
did.
over.
She put up a tree and all the decorations.
Okay.
Got the nice place settings out. So that was cool. It was cool to have everything over at her house and not have my house to clean up afterwards too. So
Did all the plates say "Selling North Georgia" on them?
no.
All right, Levi.
This segment of the Liberty Podcast brought to you by.
Another business mention.
I would say this Christmas was pretty awesome because my brother got to hang out with us. He got out from I think it was like 9 to 5 or 9 to 9, something like that. But he had like a whole day instead of just a half day. And so he came up, my mom came up, and we were opening presents and stuff. So just
For those who don't know, he's at Providence.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. And
Which
he's
was
doing
big,
he's
big
doing really
prayer
good.
requests that we had.
Oh.
Big,
Oh, yeah.
God working.
been praying
good.
for a long time, and it would take a whole podcast. I mean, but just how good he's doing is just nothing but a testimony of the power of prayer and the grace of God, and it's just been great. So he got to enjoy Christmas with us, and so my mom was all boo-hooey, and Zoe had a great time because she's basically the one with a bunch of presents, and me and Leanne are just glad to be there, and it was really sweet because she wanted she would take turns of people wanting other people to help her open presents because she just didn't want to be the only one opening presents because she's cool like that. And so she'd let Uncle Matt help her open some presents and this and that, and it was cool. As far as the funny aspect is I think my brother's love language that he speaks is gifts. He likes to give gifts, and he's been working at Providence thrift store a lot, so he finds some interesting things. And
I would say so.
he wants to show some love. He's like, "Hey, I brought you this," or "Hey, I got you this." I'm like, "Buddy, you don't have to bring it. Like, we're good. Like, you just anyway."
That's awesome.
He brings this thing. He's like, "Do you think Zoe will like this?" And I was like, it's I thought it was a mask, but it's flat on the back, so I guess it just hangs on the wall." And it's a gorilla face or head that looks far too authentic. I hope it's not real. I don't
Every
think it's
child's
real.
nightmare.
And
Glowing eyes.
Wait a minute.
so it's got like a almost like a head strap on the back where it looks like it would be a mask, but it's just flat. So it like maybe you can put it on the wall. It looks like somebody stole it out of the hunter's office on Jumanji or something. And Zoe looks at it and she goes, "Ah!" Anyway, it was very, very interesting. I think it's going to end up being our pole like gathering thing that goes on top of the pole at Strength to Stand to find your group in thousands.
There you go.
Of people. Yeah.
But I tell you, man. So hearing that though, I love your daughter. So two
I'm pretty
things
partial
with her
myself.
over the Christmas break that I love talking to her because it's
She's
an
a trip.
awesome conversation.
Yeah.
So one Christmas Eve, we do Christmas Eve service, and it's all over, and we're kind of cleaning up and all that kind of stuff. It's probably like 9:30, man. I mean, it's pretty late. There weren't many people left in the building, and she comes up, and I can't even remember the question she asked.
Oh, I know
me.
exactly what she asked because she asked me. So how can we believe something how can we just believe a book? Like what makes the Bible believable?
Yeah, that was it. It's like, how, why do we believe the Bible above all other books? And she's how old?
She's 7.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, what a question, right?
I knew it was something serious when you had all your stuff ready to go and you stopped, set all your stuff down, and just parked it on the top step of the stage, and you and her were just sitting having like a life chat.
Yeah, we just sat there under the Advent candles and talked, man. And boy, she's looking at you like she's tuned in. I mean, that's a seminary level question right there. Yeah. So that was one of my favorite moments probably from Christmas. And then, so you talking about the gorilla head? Not surprised by that with her. Because after Christmas, I asked her, I said, Zoe, what was your favorite? And you got little bitty Zoe, right? Little, you're thinking princess outfit, whatever. And
Nope.
she goes, ninja costume.
Exactly. Exactly.
I've seen this ninja costume because
legit.
she put on a whole, like when the girls were with me a couple days, I guess the following week after Christmas, they're out for break and everything. She put on a whole I don't know what you would even call it, like
fashion
showcase or something of every costume. I didn't see a gorilla mask, but I did see the ninja costume, and she had the nunchucks going and everything.
Oh, yeah.
It was like,
Yeah,
I've got a picture of her like this.
So I could see her in a gorilla mask.
Yeah.
All right, Austin. I know this has been good, but we're rolling on here. But most ridiculous or hilarious moment?
Well, so I kind of lost the plot there along the way because it got really sentimental really quick. So I was thinking from the time that
the
you
gorilla mask brought it back.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks,
man, I don't know. My whole house is just hilarious and ridiculous. I will say, in terms of ridiculousness, we did convince Navy to let us pull a loose tooth, and that gets ridiculous really quick.
Ooh.
And she's got one right beside it that needs to come out, but it's a whole thing, and we have to pay her and exponentially more than what we got as kids for losing teeth.
It's going to cost you.
But you know what? It's that, or it's $700 at the dentist. Been there, done that with the other kids. So I'm like, we are getting this out now.
Yeah,
and we're not paying an anesthesia bill. Got that T-shirt. So yeah, I think. On the sentimental side, I guess I'm twisting your question here a little bit, but it's just what comes to my mind. Is it was nice to just slow down for like 4 days. I think, we don't realize how busy life is and how much stuff we have going on until we get 4 days after the new year to just like exist in the house together. We do start to drive each other crazy a little bit, and we're like, all right, we got to go somewhere. We got to do something. How many hours has it been since I've been alone, or days, or whatever? But in all seriousness, it was really just a sweet time. We just kind of chilled out. We played a lot of Animal Crossing. So
it's a
board game life simulation Nintendo video game where you just like create a life on an island. And funny, here's the funny part. Nora, I got there eventually. Nora has been asking me, or she had been asking me for Animal Crossing for like a few months because one of her friends has it. And so I found it used at a game store, and I got it for a little early Christmas present. And so she was kind of interested in it. Takes her a minute to really get her bearings. And then Navy sees her play it, and she wants to start a profile. And so you see where this is going. Well, Val gets on to help Navy on her profile like one time. And who do you think is the most hooked?
3 a.m.
Yeah.
I kid you not. I've never seen somebody take Animal Crossing so seriously. If Nora and Navy have collectively played it for 10 hours, Val has easily quadrupled that.
Wow.
That's for the
Funny.
break. So, yeah, just a little ironic twist to my daughter's want to play Animal Crossing.
From about Thanksgiving until, right after the New Year, the weather's not great to get outside. So this is like my video game time of the year, and I'm NCAA football. That's all but it sounds like I need to get Animal Crossing. So I need to try this out.
You would not like that.
Halo Animal Crossing, right? So, all right. So Jody, other than cutting your hand off,
we have decided as a family, if people want to see us next Christmas, they can come to North Georgia because we did a world tour and we are tired, y'all. But it was really great to see everybody. But yeah, we were in 4 different towns when we were in Florida, got back for a day, threw clothes into another suitcase, went to Alabama, got back from Alabama, then we went to Ellijay, then we had to go to Blue Ridge, and we're like, we're out next year, not happening. But in the middle of all of that, when we went to Florida, my uncle has never been married, doesn't have kids, so his dogs are his life. Sad part, his dog passed away over Thanksgiving. Insert needs a new dog. However, no one wants him to get a puppy because they know they might be blessed with that puppy down the road. Wink, wink, oink, oink. And so...
that's a pig.
So we were... We were looking at like going to just the humane societies or whatever. And so my mom goes, Josephine, why don't you go and take your uncle this time? Your brothers have already gone. Tap, you're in. So we went to take my uncle to the Humane Society. And they happened to have this dog there that looks like our dog, Rooney. And we were like, wow, this is crazy. Rooney's a red golden doodle. We're like, you don't have golden doodles at the Humane Society. It has to be one of the volunteers' dogs. And that was shameful. I probably shouldn't have said that. Of course you can. But so we asked questions, and they said that this dog was available, and my dad has wanted a dog like Rooney. So we're like, oh, this is fantastic. We'll get my dad this dog for Christmas. This is wonderful. The dog now lives with us in North Georgia because my dad did not want the dog. So now the Millers have 3 dogs because my son saw the dog and it had to come home with us. So my dad actually brought the dog up with him, and now the Millers have 3 dogs.
That's a ninja move right there.
Time out.
Yeah.
So is this like Christmas morning? We have it all planned out. Dad, we got you one last gift. We're gonna and we bring out the dog. Is that?
Well, this is like 2 days before, and we were all excited, and my mom was there and filled out all the paperwork, and we had paid, and we were like, this is going to be fantastic. And then my dad was like, I don't want the dog. Well, at that point, my son had seen it.
So my question is, was it in front of a beautiful Christmas tree with all the joy that Dad goes, I don't want a dog, or was it?
No, it was in front of my child at the Humane Society after we paid and did all the paperwork, and Maverick had played with it for an hour while we waited for my dad to get there to show him, and then it was like, well, and then we had to figure out how to get it back to Florida because we still had to go to all these other places. So then my dad was already coming up to watch Mav for our anniversary trip. So he relocated the dog to us, fell in love with the dog, almost wasn't going to give it to us. Maverick then had to melt. It was just like, so.
No, I think I know what's happened here. I really do.
I got shanghaied into a third dog.
I think your dad played you.
He like a fiddle.
I think he let Maverick play with the dog, let y'all go ahead and pay for it, knowing he was going to give it to Maverick.
Oh, for sure.
And then acted like he wanted it back in the end, and he played y'all.
It is bad. So now we have 3 dogs. But my uncle called and said, hey, I saw a dog in Blue Ridge. Could you go pick it up and bring it home? So my dad's like, when did I become this dog courier?
Holy cow.
So anyway, now we have 3 dogs. That's the ridiculous thing, and it's crazy.
Well, that was my question was, did Unc ever get his dog?
No, but he does have a meeting today with the Humane Society to see. It's a little meet and greet. I don't even know what that means, but so
bougie dogs down in the Humane
I have no
Society
idea.
in
So anyway,
Florida.
that's both the ridiculousness and now we have 3 golden doodles
My
in my
goodness.
house.
Wow.
And Merry Christmas.
Golden Doodle
to me.
Farm.
There you go.
All right, Scott.
So last episode, you heard about my Christmas light fail, right? To plug it in the backwards and all that stuff. Well, so it got like really cold a couple days, and the little things that you hang the Christmas lights with, it got these little sticky things on them, and they're not temperature. And so my my Christmas lights look like. So I'm either gonna have to up my Christmas light game, or I'm just not going to do it anymore.
I think I'd go with B.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm thinking that too.
Keep it simple.
But
I thought about you so much when I was hanging Christmas lights because it was my first time hanging Christmas lights this year, and I was thinking, don't be like Scott. Don't be like Scott. Don't be like Scott.
Well, you know those little light things that just shine on your house and like a disco ball. That's what you should get.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
It sits out in the yard and just
I could
Makes
put me
your
a
house
Bluetooth speaker out there, staying alive, staying.
put on a show. All right, y'all. You each. So this has lingered, and we got to get to Valerie, and we got announcements and other things to do in this episode. But so you each get 3 sentences maximum, 3-sentence cap on this. So, what are you looking forward to the most at Liberty in 2026? Mine would be just seeing the fruit of the discipleship journal, just seeing how God speaks to people and what the fruit is of that. So, all right, Melissa.
I think mine alongside that is I signed up to be a mentor, and I'm really like I've been feeling for about a year now like I'm ready. I want to dig deep, and so I think I'm looking forward to using the discipleship journal to lead a group of women to go deep.
And hey, a good segue on that. We need more people willing to do what Melissa just said. We got a lot of people wanting to be a part of a group. We don't have a lot of people saying, "Hey, I will mentor and help others." And listen, you don't have to be an expert. It's just you've walked down the road with the Lord a little bit further than the last guy has. That's really all it is. So that's awesome. Thanks, Melissa.
I think what I'm most excited about is when we first got here, I had like a 1-year plan, 3-year plan idea of what I wanted things to be like. God's funny, and man may make his plans, but the counsel of the Lord will stand. But I really think that this year I'm looking forward to the groove that I see that we're hitting with relationships with not just students but student families and student serving. And I see so many seeds have been planted, and I see little buds. And I see fruit starting in some areas that I've been praying for. And so I'm really excited to just bring in some of that harvest, or even if it's just still cultivating some, but just seeing that growth in our students that I know is coming, and the Lord's been faithful to answer prayers on. I'm excited to see what they're going to do.
Sounds good. Austin, 3 sentences. What is
I'll try.
What are you looking forward to?
Okay.
Singing a song.
Everything. No. No. I mean, 2 really big things stand out to me. It's going to be more than 3 sentences, but it will be as fast as 3 sentences.
Okay.
3 normal sentences. Since I've come on staff here, I've been blown away just about by how many people are always willing to serve and willing to be part of the worship team, willing to step up, willing to lead. And man, it's just like God just keeps sending people. When we have a prayer need or we have a vacancy or we see some change coming, it's like God just has doubled down and blessed us way more than just filling that one spot. It's like I've just never been in a place where there's been so many options and so many people just willing to jump in. And so I almost can't keep up with it. And so that's a great problem to have. It's not a problem. It's amazing. But just seeing so many people be baptized, it was like the previous year we had 76 in the 75th anniversary year. And then it's like just seeing what God did last year. I can't imagine what he's got in store this year.
Man.
Yeah. So
Nice.
I think for me, it's really having the kids dig into, now that we've studied a lot of the word, what do we do with it? And we've been talking a lot downstairs about we don't want to just be listeners of the word. We want to be doers of the word and active in the pursuits of as God is pursuing us. And so really driving that home. And so looking for ways to get kids, we kick off our worship and tithing at the end of this month, and we're partnering with Bed for Kids, and we're getting the kids, we're studying the Gospels through the eyes of the outcasts. And so we're trying to get them to look beyond just what we come to here and going, what does it look like when we have to get out of these walls? And so I'm just really excited that the kids this year, now that we've got a really solid foundation, what does it look like when we apply relationally what the Word has us doing? So that's what I'm excited about for this, and doing it with all the generations, because we're getting plugged in with all the different life groups and different age groups. And so that's what I'm excited about, is looking at the church weaving this tapestry together as we are outward focused. So.
Man, for those of you who never get out of the auditorium and walk around the church, I'd encourage you to go downstairs at some point and walk down the hall toward the fellowship hall. Every time you pass the dock, it's like walking beside the movie theater when it shows you the upcoming. Yep, there's these posters, that tells you what's coming up. I love seeing what the kids. It's kind of like that, the previews of things happening. So good stuff going on in the dock. Scott.
So I am, man, I'm looking forward to the fruit that the church is going to bear in 2026, just from faithfulness and prayer. And Brian had talked about Ephesians 1 the other day. Man, that the eyes of our hearts would be enlightened, that we would know the hope that we've been called to, right? And man, if there's anything that I know the hope of Jesus Christ that I've been called to, and I want as many people as I can to see that. And so I'm excited just through prayer. All of the things that we're seeing has happened through prayer.
Amen.
And so I'm just excited to see what even more the Lord is going to do in 2026.
Awesome. Good note to end on right there. So we need to get to Valerie. One thing I have learned is a lot of people are born in December. Man, there's a bunch of December babies and birthday, and a lot of weddings too. So there's some other people on the list for the anniversaries in here. So let's roll over to Valerie, and then I'm going to come back and kind of help you with a discipleship journal a little bit, give you some announcements of other things happening in the church. So here we go, live at Liberty.
All right, Liberty. So gear up, because there's a lot of birthdays that we have had since our break from the podcast. So here we go. Trinity Amos was December 10th. Michelle Smith, December 10th. Derek Lumpkin, December 11th. Susan Vick, December 12th. Todd Keener, December 12th. Lucas Zapko, December 13th. Caroline Harrison, December 15th. Darla Jackson, December 17th. Kaya Bias, December 17th. Keith Lowe, December 17th. Adley Pass, December 17th. Man, that's a lot of December 17th birthdays. Stephanie Reynolds, December 18th. Jody Miller, December 18th. Myra Johnson, December 18th. Patrick Falvey, December 18th. Also a lot of December 18th birthdays, guys. Happy birthday. McKenna Richards, December 20th. Eric Barr, December 21st. Denise Lovain, December 21st. Brenda Ferris, December 22nd. Abby Daffron, December 24th. Tatum Poe, December 24th. Oh, nobody was born on Christmas. Heather Lowry, December 26th. Wes Motley, December 26th. Wyatt Painter, December 26th. Rusty Garrison, December 28th. Piper Shoemake, December 29th. Judy Gray, December 30th. Jeff Howard, December 31st. Chance, I'm going to say Dara. Chance Dara, December 31st. Robert Anderson, January 1st. We've made it into 2026 with these birthdays now. Whitney Jacobson, January 4th. Emma Harrison, January 6th. Lexi Diaz, January 6th. Rhonda Joseph, January 9th. Christopher Bias, January 9th. J.L. Shelby, January 11th. Sam Satterfield, January 12th. And Lori McAfee, January 12th. Happy birthday to all what felt like 150 names that I just read off. Next, we've got anniversaries. So here are some of the anniversaries. Corbin and Kelly Albertson was December 23rd. Joel and Melissa Korn, December 27th. Danny and Donna Brown, December 29th. Daniel and Mandy Zapko, December 31st. Rick and Jane Willett, January 1st. Danny and Jody Miller, January 2nd. and Terry and Jamie early January 3rd. Congratulations on all those anniversaries. And now I'm going to go over the Liberty Sports Update. We've got some Fantasy Football League winners and some losers. And it is my understanding that the losers on this list get to endeavor to our Waffle House, and the loser has to eat either 12 waffles or stay at the Waffle House for 12 hours. Now, if it were me, I think I'd probably just stay at Waffle House for 12 hours, because you imagine what you would see over the course of those 12 hours. I don't know what time this is taking place, but if you did those 12 hours during the night, you'd really see some things. So our winners of the Liberty Fantasy Football are League A, Brian Branham. Go Brian. League B, Danny Miller. And the losers are League A, Kevin Garner. How about them Garners? And League B this is the person that's going to have to eat the waffles. Daniel Zapko. You know, you do you, Daniel. 12 waffles, that's a lot of waffles. But maybe you really like Waffle House, and maybe you really love waffles. I, again, would opt for the 12 hours because, man, that would be a sight. Liberty's Life Group boat points. Here's the update on that. Boat points for middle school girls, 119. Middle school guys, 12. High school girls, 165. High school guys, 0. Oh, my goodness, high school guys, what is happening there? Building the Bridge, 148. Adult men, 12. El Shaddai, 260. Elisha's Arrows, 435. Hitch, Hatched, and Unattached, 23. Home Builders, Surrendered Servants, 328. Kingdom Sowers, 210. Living Water, 133. Pursuing God, 591. Souls on Fire, 128. Willing Vessels, 91. And Women of Faith, Joy Ladies, 522. So the January incentive is the Mike Blackaby Conference attendance. So you sign in each night of the conference and receive a point for each member of your life group that attends each night. Sign-in sheets will be on the welcome desk. Conference dates and times are Friday, January 30th from 6:30 to 9 p.m., Saturday, January 31st from 11 a.m., and a Q&A brunch, paid registration, and 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m., and Sunday, February 1st, 10 a.m. worship service. So go to that and get your boat points. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to our fearless leader, Brian.
All right. So, man, there's a lot going on here at Liberty, and a lot of people and a lot of events. So thanks, Valerie, for getting us updated on all of that. One thing I want to talk about before we end this first episode of Season 3 are the discipleship journals. And along the way, each week, I'll still answer questions if you send them in, but each week of the new season, I'm going to kind of help you along so that when you're doing your quiet times, you're coming away from, hey, am I getting it? What am I aiming at? And by the way, let's just break it down like this. Individually, if you want to use one of these discipleship journals, the goal is for you to hear from God and do what the Bible says day by day. On the front cover, there is a QR code that takes you to a video that shows you how to use it. And there's also a reading plan there. Now, what we want also to happen is for people to form groups, discipleship groups, that they can use the content in this journal in their daily Bible study and really see some heart change as God begins to speak into your life. For those of you who want to take it to that level, either you want to be a part of a group as a disciple, or you want to mentor some others in a discipleship group, and man, we need some more leaders. On the 25th of January, we are going to have lunch after service, and I'm going to train both the disciples and the disciple leaders on how to use this and put together the meeting and exactly what that looks like week to week or bi-weekly or monthly or however you're going to do that. So use our app, Liberty Baptist Chatsworth app. Download that. Right on the front page, some places where you can go and either get a discipleship journal or register for the free lunch training event. But if you could register and let us know that you're going to be there, we'll make sure we have enough food for you. But that event is coming up, so hopefully you'll be interested in it. But let's just take a moment really quickly and just help you to make sure that you're walking away from this going, okay, that I just want to make sure I'm getting what I'm aiming at. And I want to talk about this aspect of it. What you're aiming at every single day, there's lots of prompts, lots of questions there for you to answer and work through the passage. But what you're aiming at every single day is just a real simple step of obedience. What is it that God wants me to do with what I just read? And that may be something I need to do today. That may be something I need to do this week. It may be what I need to do is to wait. But what is it that I need to do with what God says in His Word? And at the time I'm doing this, if you started the reading plan at the beginning of the year, this is week 2, probably like day 8, something like that. And the passage I pulled up for today would be Psalm 8. And so let me just give you a real quick example of this. So Psalm 8 says, O Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth. You have set your glory above the heavens, out of the mouth of babies and infants. You have established strength because of your foes, to still the enemy and the avenger. When I look at your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars which you have set in place, what is man that you are mindful of him, and the son of man that you care for him? And that's central. The central part of the passage right there is the idea of simply he is going outside, he is looking up at the stars, he is looking at the creation, and he's meditating on the magnitude of God. And then in the expanse of the magnitude of God, he's thinking about how small man is up against all of creation. And then he's thinking about, but wow, God has made my life so meaningful. He's called me to responsibility and stewardship over his creation. And he's just praising God for what he's observed in that. And so just real quickly, let's go through the prompts and to help you kind of to glean what you're aiming at in this. So first of all, summarize what you read in 2 or 3 sentences. That's what I just did. I mean, it's as simple as that. He walks outside, he sees the stars, the creation is large, God is magnificent, man is small, but yet God has given him so much. That's your 2 or 3 sentences. What sins am I to avoid, both stated or implied? There's not necessarily one there in that. And in some of these prompts, you may not find something that you write, and it's okay to leave it blank if it's not there. What principles am I to apply? Man, a principle would be that we are supposed to look at the creation, see the magnitude of God, that we are supposed to look at man and not be so prideful of who we want to make ourselves. But man, our meaning comes from who God has made us to be as stewards over his creation. What promises or truths am I to believe? As I look at this passage, I don't see exactly a promise or anything there, so I would leave that blank. And what commands am I to obey? This would be one that's also either explicitly mentioned or implied. And one is man, I am supposed to praise the Lord for his creation and also for his mindfulness of man, his mindfulness of me. So which verses grab my attention? Look up words you don't understand or rewrite. The verse that grabs my attention are verses 3 and 4 right there that I mentioned. When I look at your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon of the stars, which you have set in place, what is man that you're mindful of him, and the son of man that you care for him? And then the last part is, what will I do about what the passage says? And this is where I hope a light bulb comes on for you. Don't overcomplicate this. Sometimes it's just so simple. And something very, very simple that I would take away from that passage is this. When's the last time you just walked out at night and were blown away by how many stars there were? When's the last time you saw a night sky? When's the last time you saw a sunrise? Now, you may be watching this and go, dude, hey, a sunset looks a lot like a sunrise. Either way, if you're not a morning person, when's the last time you just watched the sunrise or you watched the sunset and just saw the beauty of what it was? When's the last time you drove up CCC Camp Road, got up there on top of the mountain and just heard the water run? I ride it. Now I'm riding gravel roads a lot on my bike. And man, I love the sound of the water going through the streams in the mountains. And when you do that, to just take a moment to sit there and meditate, one, on, man, just the wonders of God and who he is. And then two, to think he's mindful of me in all of this. All of these things work perfectly around me, man. He's orchestrated creation to be what it is. And yet in the midst of that, the Lord is mindful for me. And you know what I ought to do? I ought to praise him. So what would be my action step? This week, next week, this month, I'm going to make some time. I'm going to find me a beautiful place. I'm going to go plant myself, and I'm just going to praise the Lord and contemplate the beauty of what it is. And sometimes that step of obedience, of just doing what the psalmist is doing, one, it's going to help you get off of this and just all the things that distract us about our phone. And, man, you know, you got all these flat earthers right there. I think one of the reasons the earth is so flat right now is because we're looking at this too much, right? And the screen has made the earth flat. So we need to be really careful with that stuff and get out of the rabbit holes and the echo chambers of social media and do what the psalmist does in Psalm 8. Just get out there in creation, see the magnitude and the beauty of what it is. Think about the mindfulness of the Lord of you, of your family. He knows where you are, what you're doing. He's got a man, I read this morning in Ephesians chapter 2. Man, he's got a works, good works that he's created for us that he wants us to walk in. And so I just contemplate on that this morning. But as you do your reading, just take a really simple step of obedience, and I think you will find that to be a blessing. So again, if you want to be a part of the training luncheon on the 25th, we would love to see you there. Make sure you go on the app and you sign up. But, hey, this finishes up episode 1 of season 3 of Live at Liberty. We got a lot coming up in this season I think you're going to be excited about. If you've got a story or something you would like to share or something you'd like to see on the podcast, there's also a place on the app or on our website where you can suggest content for us. We would love to hear from you, and I will see you next time on Live at Liberty.